A wise man once said that when we come together, that is just the beginning. That means coming together is just the beginning. Staying together means progress. Then working together is success. So first of all, we have to come together. And that is what I have been saying. That we as a people need to come together. And not just coming together, we come together and we stay together. Then we work together. We are working. Whether we are working or we are working, we are still working towards the same progress as long as we work together. But first we need to come together. We can't work together from afar. We need to come together. Coming together implies so many things. There must be agreement. There must be understanding. There must be tolerance. There also must be love among us. So we need to come together, stay together. That means stay in that agreement, stay in that understanding, and then work together, working with the same agreement, working with the same understanding. So we need to come together as a people and we need to work together as a people. You see, there is also another wise saying that says, the greatest loss is not death or when we die. The greatest loss is what we have lost in us while we are still alive. Many of us understand that we've been tricked. Many of us know there is this passion that there is something that is wrong. The way you are being treated, the way you are being rated, the way you are being seen. You know there is an error. And you have the desire, the persuasion to do something about it, to change it, but somehow you are discouraged. And that is when we say we've lost something. Something is dead in that need to be waking up. And that is why most of us are criers. We cry for awakening. We try to revive that thing in you. All of us are born for this. If you are not existing at this era, then it's a different thing. But as long as you have breath in you, you are still alive. You are born for this season. And you are born for this cause. As long as you have this color, you are born for this. The battle is not just a one-man's battle. It is our fight. And we have to fight it and fight it the best way we know how. It is our fight. We cannot sit at the fence and watch others fight for us. It is time for us to do something for our generation. It is time for us to do something so that posterity will be able to vindicate us. We said our fathers, what were they doing when they were colonized, when they were enslaved, when they were being maltreated, when they were being discriminated? Why didn't they do this? Now the same question will be asked of you by your children if you refuse to act now. It is time for us as a people to wake up and remove this yoke from our neck and take away the burden that has been placed on us. It does not matter whether the burden is physical, whether it is financial, whether it is emotional or psychological. Every burden, every weight that is not supposed to be part of our body has to be lifted out and removed totally from us. It is time for us to stand up and stand for what we stand for and declare where we stand and declare what we are. We cannot allow people to define us. We cannot allow any race whatsoever to define us. We are who we are created to be. And we will not cease to be who we are. We are kings and we are queens. But we need to stand as a people and take our place. We need to stand as a people and take our place, because I know that this zeal in so many have died. But I have come to tell you that there is hope. You cannot lose hope. You cannot give up. There is hope. All I said is that I don't know how my own story will end. I don't know what will be written in my books. But I know for sure that it will never be written in any of the pages that I gave up. That is one thing I'm sure. That you will never read in any of the pages of my own history that I gave up. You might read that he fought and fought and fought and fought and fought till he died. He fought and fought and fought till he succeeded. But you will never read that I gave up. Because as long as there is breath in me, I will keep fighting for the cause which I believe and for that which I stand for. And I expect each and every one of you to fight for what you believe, to fight for what you stand for. Don't allow somebody to conclude your story for you. Don't let them say, it was too much he gave up. It was too much she gave up. You don't need to. We have come a long way. In this battle, we have fought and we have fought with everything in us. So let us push to the end. Because I know, and I am sure and I'm convinced that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a light. You may not see it, but I see it. I know there is a light, and that light is brighter than what you can imagine. I know there is a light at the end of that tunnel, and we have to push to the end. We have to push to the end. We have to press through. It does not matter. I don't care about the giants. I said it from the beginning that there are giants that has been sent to stop us, but they cannot stop us because determination is the gateway to success. And once we are willing, he said, if my people are willing and obedient, once we are willing, and once we will obey this voice and move and stand for what we are supposed to stand for, it does not matter what they do against you. Nobody said it was going to be easy. But I can assure you today, as a prophet, I can speak to you today. I can assure you that it is possible. It is possible. It may not be easy, but it's going to be possible. It may not be quick, but it will happen. It does not matter how long it's delayed. It will happen. It is possible. No matter how hard it is, I can assure you, if there is anything I know, it is this, that this freedom is as good as being ended. It is a reality. It must happen in our own time, but we need to work for it. We need to push through. We need to press on. We need to press through and come to the end of that tunnel. I don't care what they've told you. We don't need anybody's sympathy. Yes, he said, blessed. Those who are blessed are those who are envied. We don't need people we don't need their sympathy. What we need is our own trust in us and in the confidence and in the strength and in the grace that is upon our life to push through and take from them what they have taken from us. We are not weak. We are not born weak. We don't have the weak DNA in us. We don't have the weak blood in us. We are not people from a weak lineage. We are strong people. That is the evidence to know for you that you are strong is that look at you, you are physically strong. And you think that a man that was created or a woman that was created physically strong is mentally weak? No. It's because we have been brainwashed. Our people have been taught, over time that they cannot do certain things. And they believed it, and it is working against them. But I'm telling you that the same way, even everything in you tells you how strong you are. Even the hairs in your body tells you. That is why they are not straight, because they have muscles. When you stretch them, they will still come back to their form. They have muscles. They are like springs that holds, trucks. That is how the hairs in your body are. They are not straight. They coil because they have muscles, strong muscles. A hair that is straight is a hair that has died. They have killed with chemical, or they were born weak. But because if you look at your hair, you will understand how strong you are. Not just physically, but mentally too. That is why you look at it, our people do not suffer depression. Because we are created strong. What we have passed through in life, if any other race passed through it, they will all die. But we survived it because of the nature that we have. And with that same nature, if we stand our place, if we take our place, we will overcome this situation. We will overcome these people. We will overcome this oppression. We will take back what belongs to us. We will enter back our place. So I want you to understand that this time is now and the season is right. You are not here by accident. It has been ordained. It has been designed that you and I will be those ones that deliverer, those ones that will walk and redeem the situation. It is you, it is I. That is why I keep telling you that we are the people that has been chosen. But we need to understand that having a base, having a sport is important. And that is why if the day all, especially all blacks, especially Africans, will understand that the Igbo Holy Land is the holy land for us, the land that has been chosen by the Creator, that the descendants of Abraham, if I may use your borrowed language, Abraham, that is Abraham, his descendants, that is where they shall be delivered. They shall be delivered. We don't need deliverance from any other place. Africa is that holy, has the holy spot. And on that holy spot, everything that has been polluted will be sanctified. Everything that has been defiled will be sanctified. We need to recognize it, not until we secure the holy ground, and until we understand that we don't need to run to where they call State of Israel. That thing does not exist. It is fake, and it has misled many. We don't need to run to any place in the Middle East to seek for sanctification. Sanctification is genuinely found in the shores of today's Africa, where they call Africa today. In the shores of today's Africa. And it is not far from you. And that is why we are saying paying millions of dollars to run to State of Israel, or to run to Saudi Arabia, or to run to Mecca, or you are wasting your money. What you are seeking for is just by the corner, and it is there waiting for you, and it's also seeking for you. So I call on you today, and I want you to understand that you are not listening to me by accident. It has been designed and ordained that today you will hear my voice. And if you still choose to remain in your sleep, that is your choice. We are in the age and the season that everybody is waking up. So whoever that remains sleeping, it's a choice. I can't force you to wake up, but I can only try to help you and let you know that I'm your wake-up caller, that the time to wake up is here. Then to wake up is entirely a personal decision that you make. But I have given you the tools. I am not asking you to believe or to agree with everything that I have said. But what I have done is to create a platform for you to work on. You can now add the pieces yourself. And then whatever conclusion you come to is also personal. I will respect that. But it is time for you to wake up. I'm talking to you brothers. I'm talking to you sisters. Wake up and stop sleeping. You have slept enough.